What is up, visionaries? Welcome back to my channel. And if you guys are new here, welcome. And we have another episode of Reactors Unite. And today on this episode is going to be with the one, the only, the fabulous, one of your guys' other favorite creators, YC Rhinos. Thank you so much for coming onto the platform again, babe.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I
Yes,
appreciate it. Hello,
yes.
everybody.
Hey, so we were gonna have Matty Rance coming on the show, but he could not do it because apparently he got drunk. So it is what it is. The show must go on. Matty, I hope you had a good time at your drag brunch earlier during the day. I understand sometimes recording can be a lot. You kind of want to de-stress and just have fun and just let loose. So I understand, Matty. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
we asked you guys, well, I asked you guys to ask us some questions about Global Allstars season one, and we picked some of your guys' questions that we are going to be answering and see our reactions to that and see how we discuss it. Some of those questions were quite spicy, so make sure you guys stay tuned in. And some of the questions will be exclusively just for Patreon as well, an extended cut version. So make sure you guys stay tuned in and check out my Patreon, the Diamond tier, to unlock all of my videos. And of course, you guys, all of YC Rhino's links are going to be down in the description. So make sure you guys check her out. So with that being said, let's get the party going. Let's take out this wheel and
All
let's
right.
go. It's the wheel of truth, honey. Here you go. First question is, let's see. Do you think do you think Gas season 2 will have better judging and fairness than the first season? If so, should non-Rue girls join the cast? And do you think it would be only international queens that have not been judged by Rue and Michelle?
So is that my question? Is that for me?
Yeah, yeah, that's your question.
So it's kind of like a two-part question here. So do I think that Global All-Star season 2 will have better judging and fairness than the first season?
Mm-hmm.
I surely hope so. I think that the producers probably saw all of the negative criticism that they got this season for what we could clearly see was a biasness by the judges. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully they take lessons from that and they don't repeat that, or they're not as obvious as they have been. And if so, should non-Rue girls join the cast? When they say non-Rue girls, that means just queens that have not been judged by
Judged.
Rue, I'm
Right,
assuming.
right. Yeah, yeah. That have not been judged by
Um,
Rue or Michelle.
that I don't have a problem with them having. I don't have a problem having a mix, right? I don't think we should eliminate U.S., Canada, or U.S. and U.S., UK, and down under.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think they should do is, in addition to having, so like this season they had Rue and Michelle, and they had Jamal. I think the other two guests should be from the international franchises. I think there should be one
Mm.
guest from another franchise, right? And then a special, and then like a maybe a celebrity guest. So I
Right.
don't think it should only be because to have Michelle, Root, and Jamal, it's that's probably not a diverse group of judges. So
Right. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
let's see this wheel. Um, do you think Soa should have won Miss Congeniality? If not, then who? Ooh. Honestly, I didn't have a problem with Soa. Well,
Hmm.
I would have picked somebody else, like probably a Pathea to win Miss Congeniality.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, but I didn't have a problem with Soa winning it as well. I was like, okay, it is what
yeah.
it is, because Soa is such a I think she's really a light in the workroom. So I understand why
Hmm.
probably people gravitated to her a lot.
Hmm.
But yeah, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it. Would I have preferred
Hmm.
somebody different? Like example, like Pathea, I would have probably picked
Yeah,
Pathea than Soa. But the queens
yeah.
judged on it, and it is what it is. Who would you have picked?
Exactly. That's funny because when I did my reaction, I thought it was going to be Pathea as well.
Yes, right, exactly.
Uh, because I felt like she was the peacemaker in the
Yes, she
group. She
was
didn't
to
really have
me.
any friction with anybody. So that's funny that we both said Pathia.
Right,
Yep.
exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Next question. Should regular season girls now get a stipend for looks and not just all-star queens? Ooh, okay, that's your
Oh,
question.
that is
That's
a
a good question.
great
It's a good question.
question.
Shout outs to y'all.
Um, I'm gonna say no. I
Mm-hmm.
think the stipends should be reserved for all stars. Because to me that's kind of like a bonus. It's like a bonus for them having done well on their original season and to be called back. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe not. Maybe and I do think the queens in the regular season, I do think they get paid. So maybe pay them a little bit more,
Mm.
so that they can kind of help like defray the cost of putting together their looks, but not necessarily a stipend. They only get paid as long as they're on the show.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay. I think that they should not get it to pay the stipend. I agree with
Okay.
exactly what you just said.
Right, 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 right. Yeah.
So, my question: do you think Nelly truly deserves the hype she has, or was it because the fans like the wounded puppy storyline? I
Wow.
know, right? The verbiage of that
Wow.
was kind of tricky, but I will say this. I will say this. Everyone loves an underdog whenever, whatever
Mhm.
franchise and whatever season.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
to me, I don't think I don't look at her as a wounded puppy. I look at her as
Mhm.
someone that proved to everyone that she has what it took to get all the way to the end and even win the season. And I think that she does deserve all of the praise and accolades for what she
Mhm.
brought, because if you take her package and how she
Mhm.
performed in any acting challenge, any performance challenge, and any look that she did on the runway, and put her into
Mhm.
any franchise or any season, she would still come out victorious to the end.
Absolutely.
I think she has a very well-rounded package, and
Mhm.
what made it even more, what made us love her even more is because
Mhm.
of how her personality was built, because we're so
Oh,
used to the queens being
absolutely.
like fierce and like, like
Mhm.
really just, showing up and showing out and having that like
Mhm.
drag queen like attitude, which is great. I love
Yeah.
all that. But it was kind of refreshing to see someone that like, which is
Yeah.
it was refreshing to see somebody like, okay, well, I, I'm gonna let y'all talk all that. I'm gonna show y'all why I'm here.
That.
Whose question? Oh no, this is your question. This is your question.
This is
Okay.
fun.
Okay. If you had to rank the top four in the finale, how would you rank them worst to best? Oh, good job. Good question.
Worst to best. So we're just going by just the finale, right? So we're
The
gonna go
finale
by
top four.
their runway, their performance in the TikTok challenge, and then the lip sync. Okay.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah, and also the tic tac chit chat, and plus how they answered the question as well.
oh yeah. You know what?
You have to add all of that. You have to add everything because it's only fair.
Yeah, the Tic Tac lunch for me, and the question like why should you like I think like why do we need drag more than ever?
Yeah.
I was like I sometimes I just kind of check out when they do that part because it's almost
Okay.
like you can kind of tell who Rue really liked because
Yes.
the quality of the questions that they get asked are very different. What versus we're just like, okay, yeah, we got to give you a 2 minute interview, so you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I really thought for me, and I might be using some of my own prejudices from the season here,
Mm-hmm.
but for me, I think I would go worse overall was Queen Kong. I
Okay.
I didn't like her runway. I did not like her final runway.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the Tic Tac, her like her it was her and like the TikTok dance thing.
Mm-hmm.
I, I I felt like it was overly complicated. It wasn't really like something that I could see myself learning to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Third, I would go Kitty, um, because I don't like her.
Mm-hmm.
I thought her TikTok dance thing was okay. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like her final look. I didn't think it fit her well. Second would be Nelania. I thought Nelania. Well, you know what? I gotta be honest. I didn't like Nelania's last look. I did not like that dress. I thought it was way too much. But there is
The
no way
purple
I'm ever
big
gonna
poofy one.
put. Yeah, it was too. It was
Okay.
too much with all the tulle and the
Uh
gloves
huh.
and the hair. I was just like, girl, you've missed the mark on that one. And then I think Alyssa had the best. I think Alyssa overall, her interview was great. I mean, Rue was getting emotional. She did a great. Her TikTok dance was great. She looked amazing, and the lip sync for the win, I thought she did a great job. So
Right. And
yeah.
but when you were gonna say before, like there was no way that you were gonna put Nelly
There was no way I was going to
after,
put Kitty above Nelania.
but if you had to take
Ain't never.
your if you had to take your disdain for Kitty, would that in a different reality in a metaverse, would Kitty
I
have?
thought, yeah, if I were like being honest, I thought Kitty's
Yes.
her TikTok dance was better than Nelania's. I
Mm-hmm.
thought Nelania overcomplicated hers, right?
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
if it was that, then I would say, yeah, Kitty did better. I thought Alyssa and Kitty's their segment for the TikTok challenge was better than Queen's and Nelania's. If I'm being
Okay.
honest. Yeah, yeah.
And then and did you like Kitty's outfit better than you like Nelly's outfit?
By a hair. I like the
Okay.
color because I think it's my favorite color,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't think it fit her that well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I think her padding is kind of odd for me. It always
Mm-hmm.
looks like she got two hams
Yeah,
back
it's like
there
not
underneath her.
all the way down. It's like doesn't
Yeah, it's
go.
something. It's yeah. Her
Yeah.
padding is weird, so yeah. But and I just felt like Nelaine. It was just what it's just. It felt like overkill to me. I don't know. What
Okay.
were your thoughts? What did you think about Nelaine's final
So you
look?
guys, you hear it first on Valerie Vision's channel. She would have picked Kitty over Nelly.
No,
Wow.
no.
Wow. Okay, okay. So I'm just like, I'm just like, okay, so my question now. Let's go, let's go. Okay, what are your thoughts about that finale for here we go. What did I just say? Okay, so
Talk of timing.
yeah, hated it. Didn't like it. Hate it. I don't like a four-way lip sync. I don't like a three-way lip sync. Give us two queens we can focus on
Yeah.
at the same time so the editing can be fair to all of the queens. I will say this. I liked the editing more than they usually do a three or
Hmm.
four-way lip sync because they put them in boxes for a longer period of
Yeah.
time, which I enjoyed and I can see what they were doing. The editing was a lot better from the usual. Trust me about that.
Right.
But I still hate the fact that it was a four-way lip sync. A because it kind of took us it took away the moment that Nelly and Alyssa could have had for themselves to say we were the top two of the
Right.
season. You know what I'm saying? We were the
I
top.
agree.
Now you can't say who was what because
Right.
they're gonna say
You
we
don't
were
know the
just the top
order
four.
that everybody was
Exactly.
in.
So it was just kind
Yeah,
of
and not
like
to mention,
damn.
yeah, yeah. I agree with you. I think I would have preferred if they would have just done the final two lips, to do the lip sync, and the satisfaction it would have given
Oh,
me.
baby. Baby. The world. It would have gave the
All the
world.
satisfaction, but
Oh, when I tell you, I would have
we'll never know
lived.
now.
I know we'll never freaking know, which sucks because. Wait, say what you were gonna say. I don't know. Wait, are we talking about the same thing? The satisfaction of
Hmm.
what? Of what?
Of seeing Queen and Kitty be
Okay.
eliminated.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, Lord. I would have been like, this is
Right.
so good,
Exactly.
baby. Yeah. Love. Yeah.
Exactly.
But
It would have been like, Oh, chef's kiss.
Yes, exactly. But 408 lip syncs, I hate them. Never gonna like them. Just stop doing that. They don't need to do that ever again.
Yeah, it's too
So
much.
yeah. So this is your question.
Mhm. Oh, honey.
Okay. Oh, honey, this is gonna be good. I'll be messy. I want to know. Oh, this is Maddie's question. He's not here. I want to.
Oh
I want to know the
no.
inside tea that Maddie has because Maddie knows Queen Kong and has insinuating there's more to the story regarding the Nelly fiasco. So what's the tea, darling? Damn, I'm sorry. Maddie is drunk, passed out under his covers right now.
We'll
You
never
know,
know.
yeah, we'll just never know. And I don't even know if he was going to answer that question because, from what he says, he doesn't want to talk about his personal conversations with the queens he has. Do you think that Maddie was being
Bias.
biased? Yeah, was being biased
Oh,
because it's really,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I think of the three of us, Valerie, you're the only one that like consistently
Yeah,
is
yeah,
unbiased. I think
I don't.
you definitely try to go there. My claim to fame is I am as biased as they come. I like who I like, and I don't like who I dislike. But the whole thing, the whole episode, the makeover challenge. I know it's hard. When it's somebody that you're friendly with, it's really hard not
It
to
is.
criticize them, and I understand that.
It is.
I think
It
everybody
is.
can kind of, you know, respect that you want to not speak ill of your friends. I think that's
That no, no,
reasonable.
that's 100% reasonable. But
Yeah.
but if they are truly your friends, like I'm gonna give an example.
Hmm.
Like most people know that I stem from the ballroom scene, so
Yeah.
all of my girlfriends and friends, butch queens, guy friends, are in ballroom. So when I'm judging like the show Legendary, and I was saying which house did better or which contestant should have won each category. Some of those
Hmm.
girls were my girlfriends that literally I text with on a daily, but they're my friends to know that this is my job, this is what I
Yeah.
do, and I have to keep it real because that's what keeps my viewership and my channel kind of the reason
Yeah.
why they kind of come to me. So
Hmm.
I personally don't like to. I just be like, okay, girl, just don't take it personal. It is what it is. Because if they're gonna take it
Yeah.
personal like that to not befriend you, were they your friends in the beginning, like in the first place? When
Yeah.
literally majority of the time. But one thing I do like about you though is the fact that you own that. I can respect that you own that. I can like you know what I'm saying. Like when someone is catty on screen and they're like just
Hmm.
like I just be
Hmm.
like, girl, she's owning the fact that she's a mess. She's
Right.
owning it, and I don't like the queens that
Yeah.
don't own that. I don't like with the queens when they
Yeah.
try to do all that catty stuff and they don't like, what are you talking about? Why
Hmm.
they try being the victim? I don't like all that.
Yeah.
But being biased, I don't like to be. I don't like to be biased, and I think that
Yeah.
definitely Maddie was for sure being biased with Queen.
Yeah.
That's a question. That
Yeah.
was
It just
even
I
Maddie
think
knows, right? Maddie knows that, right? Or no? Or does he not think that?
I hope that he does, because it's kind of like, do you want it was like, do you want me to believe, like do you believe me or your lying eyes? I'm like, we all saw the same stuff.
I
We
know,
all
no,
saw
I
it.
know, I know, I know, I know, I know.
So,
Maddie, why do you got Maddie? Stop being biased to your queens and act like you're
yeah.
not. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
It, it's fine. I mean, we all bring our own point of view, right,
This
to
is
the
true.
table. So I don't know. Maybe if I became friendly with one of the Rue girls, I think I am biased too. Like,
You,
cause I know, like for me, like Eva, you can't tell me nothing bad about Eva the Queen. I don't
oh,
want to hear it.
we're gonna get there. There's a question. There's a
So if
question
it would
about
have
that.
been Eva, I probably would have been. Yeah, I probably would have been the same.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
But Maddie, comment down below, Maddie, your feelings about this question. We need your answer,
Yeah.
girl. We need your answer.
Love you. Mean it.
Shout outs to Maddie. Everyone go subscribe to Maddie's channel. And y'all stop giving Maddie a hard time. Yeah,
Right.
because he be going through it over there on his channel sometimes, child.
I
And
know.
we gotta put good vibes over there. You know what? In the name of my lashes, lipstick, and holy highlighter, I pray that Maddie has no more bad things happen to him in his life for him and his kitty children. Okay, because baby,
Amen.
amen to that, baby,
Yeah.
honey. Oof, Jesus. Okay, so what is it? Your question next. Okay, should Jamal become a permanent judge and replace unhilarious Ross Matthews?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely. Either Jamal or T.S. Madison. Either one of them, I'm fine with them replacing Ross and Carson as far as I'm concerned.
All
But yeah,
right.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
absolutely.
Next question on the docket. Okay. Do you do you think it brought the world and YouTube reactors together to have such a horribly rigged and poorly judged season like this? Lived anytime YC Rhinos reacted to Kitty on the show. So hilarious. You are funny with that. But okay, so was this my question? What does it matter? We probably
This
both
is
can
your
answer.
this is your
Okay.
question.
Okay, so yeah, I think it all. I think it all. It brought everyone together. I think it brought everyone
Yeah.
together. Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
really because everybody was on majority. 98% of the world was on the
Mhm.
same boat together, riding this
Yeah.
crazy wild ride of Global All Stars, and
Yep.
its rigory and feloniousness and yeah. So I think yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of came together. We were like Avengers at one point, girl. It was just like,
Right.
okay, girl,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And
But
I
yeah,
love that
for
we
you,
all like we were also upset by it, but we kept watching it. I know I referred to it. At some point I referred to it as I was hate watching it, like I was hating it, but I couldn't stop watching it. And a lot of people agreed. They're like, same. They're like, I'm only still watching it because I just want to see how much
so
worse it's gonna get.
yeah. So even on my channel in the comments, shout outs to everyone that comments on my videos. You guys were like, I'm not watching the show anymore. I'm literally only watching your reactions to see
To
the
the
show
show.
to the show. So it's just like to see see all the messiness and the buffoonery going on.
Right.
But yeah, it was cool. So shout outs to all the visionaries out there and
Absolutely.
YC Rhino subscribers as well. Okay, so next question. Okay, do you think the alleged almost physical altercation really happened? Ooh. Um, to be honest, we're never gonna know unless Alyssa says something. I don't think Alyssa's gonna say anything. Um, it's hard to know because allegedly it did happen from Nelly. A said it did happen allegedly. But,
He said it did.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I don't know if it did, but I don't see the why Nelly would lie about that. I don't think that Nelly comes
That's
off as a
kind of
liar.
the fact that so the fact that why would she lie about it, and why wouldn't someone dispute it?
Yeah.
So apparently there was like an Instagram, or like there was some like Instagram live or whatever with Nelly and Soa, and Soa could have said that what it wasn't true. So it does kind of make you kind of go, the fact that no one has come out and said no, that absolutely did not happen. It kind of just leads you to believe that there must have been some truth in it, or maybe they just have a really tight NDA and they're like, I'm not going to comment one way or the other. You know.
Yeah, because Queen said, she mentioned like, girl, someone's breaking the contract. I'm like, oh, girl, well, you know. So they kind of made probably the
Mm-hmm.
girls hush up about that. But then again, I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking to myself, even if it did happen, like, wouldn't they have recorded that? Like, where did the altercation take place? Was it in the hotel? Like,
Yeah.
I don't. It's so many things. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say if it did, if it didn't. I'm just glad that
Yeah.
it didn't happen because it's not that serious to be putting
Yeah.
hands on
We weren't
somebody.
there, so
Exactly.
right.
It is what it is.
Right. But if somebody wants to put
Next.
it in my DMs, I won't. I promise I won't tell.
Right. I won't say nothing. Just to us. Just
I
to
won't
us.
say
Just to be us
nothing.
here. It'll be just us here. Okay, so your question is in reference to Nelly's drama, what is the line between bullying or just regular drag shade? Are the fans taking the word bullying too far? Good question.
That's one of those things. I think bullying is like, it's like pornography. You know it when you see it. Like there's not a there. I don't think there is a this is bullying. This is not bullying. I think it just depends on how the person is taking it, like the how the person's receiving it, and are they able to give it back. So if you're just beating somebody down and they are not able to give it back to you, to me that's you're not equally matched. I actually just saw somebody say this.
Mm.
I hate to even say I even hate to say who said it because it's a anyway, but they said the difference between bullying is when there is a mixed match in the power dynamic, right? When one person is more powerful than the other, then it's bullying. If they're equal, it's not bullying. It's just debating or being shady. um it, the stuff with Nelania, it wasn't so much bullying because a lot of what they did wasn't necessarily to her face. It was just all that we got to see, and we know
Oh,
that
it
they're
was done
saying
to
this
her.
stuff behind her back.
It was done to her face a lot of the times too, though.
Well,
That's why it was.
yeah, but
It that's why that's
I
why we
think,
seen her cry so much because it was done to her
but she
face.
cried a lot on it. But I didn't know. I didn't watch her season, but she joked like early on that she cried in every episode in Drag Race Italia. She said
True,
she just
she did.
she cries, and she maybe she's just emotional that way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, were they bullying her? Yeah, well, the episode with the makeover with the fabric, yes, absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So you say that
So,
so that Nelly was bullied in your opinion?
I think she was. I would say
Okay.
that.
Okay. Let's see. Oh my God, I'm late, but please, please, please bring out the Queen and Alyssa Arnair drama in Untucked. Queen's response, other Queen's response in situations, and what do you guys think about the situation? I mean, I think we kind of answered that question already, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like,
Yeah,
you
I think
know,
so.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. So I just felt like, girl, Alyssa's the only person that can really tie in those loose the things
Mhm.
that we need answered, because Alyssa's the only queen that hasn't said anything about it really, or
Yeah.
has she hasn't said nothing, right?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No, she hasn't made it. Nothing.
she's the only one in the story that can fill out the missing pieces for everyone to understand. And that's
Yeah.
up to Alyssa. That's going to be on her conscience and her if she wants to do that to
Mhm.
please all of us because we're just viewership, and is it going to be
Uh-huh.
something that she wants to do? I don't know. But she can either prove Nelly was right or she can either prove Nelly was wrong, and it
Right.
is what it is.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
Um, okay. How do you feel about Alyssa Edwards reusing some lyrics she used for season 7 finale House of Edwards performance? There you go. That's your question. Woo!
I so I saw this on Twitter, I think today, and I haven't had a chance to like verify it for myself, but somebody
Oh, it's
else
been,
also
I'll
used
tell you right now, y'all.
um
She used the same lyrics.
like
She
a
used the
good
same lyrics.
portion or like,
Like besides the last line. Yeah.
well, I mean,
I had
it's not
I
original
personally
lyrics.
like I personally had to go back and look at it, and I was like, no way, the girls is just trying to hate on Alyssa. So I had to go back literally at 5 o'clock in the morning, and with
Hmm.
one eye open looking at the computer like,
Yeah.
okay girl, is this really happening? But I went back on Wild Presents Plus season 7, Oh, no, 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 I did it on YouTube because it was a House of Edwards, because it was Shangela, Alyssa Edwards, and Laganja Estranja. They all performed together and they
Uh-huh.
did a House of Edwards thing, and Alyssa used those lyrics. She did. She did,
Well,
majority of them.
okay. So how do I feel about it? I mean, is it cheating or not? I mean, is it fair or whatever? I don't know. I don't know what the rules were. Like, I don't know what they told the queens, because I feel like a lot of times when they have these writing challenges, to me it seems obvious that they're kind of given this information before they before they get there. Like, so it all sometimes it always feels like they already have these lyrics already kind of worked out. Um, I don't think reusing the lyrics was the reason that she won. Like, I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it gave her an advantage necessarily. I think she would have won either way, with like no matter what. Because I don't, I think it was such a small part of the finale.
Okay.
It was more
All
about the
right.
dance, right? It was more about the TikTok dance than it was the lyric. So how do I feel about it? So I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it?
But I heard
Okay.
Queen did. I heard Queen also reused. She had some recycled lyrics as well. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know about that one, but if
Yeah.
it is, I mean, it is what it is, honey. All right.
Yeah.
So Wisey says she don't care. Alyssa should have won. Still, okay.
I think she would have won if she'd have got up there and sang the Star Spangled Banner. I don't think it would have made a difference.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go. Next question. Okay, what do you think about all the negative feedback Queen Kong has gotten this season? Was it deserved or not? Yeah, I think it was deserved. I think it was deserved. All the negative feedback that Queen Kong
Mhm.
did this season was definitely deserved because she should know about herself sometimes. I felt like Queen Kong knew that there was a power dynamic there, and the reason why I felt like she knew, I think anyone would know, when the fact that there's no kickback, there's no rebuttal, there's no
Mhm.
argument, there's no statement back, there's literally
Mhm.
just her paying attention to your words and her
Mhm.
reacting by crying. So when
Yep.
you know that someone is like that, and you constantly want to push those buttons, and you constantly want
Yep.
to just say something catty, because that is your lingo, that is your repertoire, that is how you communicate, that is how you banter back and forth with your
Mhm.
sisters. But you have to know, you just met her. That's not
Right.
for real your sister. She needs to get
Mhm.
comfortable with you just as much as you need to get comfortable with her to
Right.
understand her. You can't think that you can do that with everyone, because you can't. You have to know.
Mhm.
Like, I have so many friends that I deal with in different types of ways. I know one
Mhm.
friend is super emotional and very sensitive, and words matter a lot to this person. So
Right.
I can
Right.
so I cannot be my very blunt, like very
Mm.
raw. I have to
Right.
say it, and I have to curve it in a way for them to understand. So, and then versus my
Yep.
other friend, where I know that I can say it in the most rudest,
Whatever.
most
Mhm.
straightforward way as possible, and that's how
Right.
I can get through to my other friend. So, and I think that
Yeah.
Queen Kong needs to understand and read the room better. And
Yep.
do I agree with the death threats and everything that she probably has gotten
No.
and all the
No.
other stuff? No, we don't
Yeah.
agree with that. We don't
Yeah.
condone that over here. Now, I don't even condone people going to Queen Kong's page and spewing hate on her page or
And
anybody
tagging
else's
her
page,
and stuff
right?
like
And all
that.
that. Like,
Yeah.
no, no,
Yeah.
that's
No.
just done dumb to me. Don't try to
None of that's
block.
necessary.
Don't block her from her getting her coin. Don't block other
Mhm.
establishments from booking her. Don't do any of that. I just felt like, if you like, it's just simple. Like, I think
Yeah.
people are okay with voicing if they just did not like her this season. Okay, you don't
Right.
like her.
Yeah. And
Okay, great.
I think, as far as like negative feedback, I mean, yeah, there. I mean, you can't be like that and then not expect to get some negative feedback, to get
Yeah,
some criticism. And I
I
think for
agree.
me, what really shocked me, where it like really surprised me, is because for Queen Kong, I don't know if you remember, like the first one or two episodes when it was
With
Queen
Soa.
and it was Alyssa, the other queens, the international queens, were so in awe, and you can tell that they really, really idolized the native English speaking queens, because
Mm-hmm.
these are all like flagship. drag race
Yeah.
franchises, and they were just so excited to be there. And when you're in front of somebody that you really really look up to, you hold them on a pedestal, right? And they have there's that whether it's fair
Well,
or
I don't, I
not.
don't, I don't think they looked up to Queen Kong. I think they looked up to Alyssa.
Well, Alyssa, absolutely, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, but remember, like, if you go back and watch the first couple episodes, like, I remember, and I commented about this, like, Queen would go around to the girls, and she would be like, "How are you doing? Are you doing okay?" Like,
Yeah, no, that I
that mother,
right. Yeah, yeah. She did it with
that
Soa.
mother figure.
She did a lot with Soa, which was great. We've seen that, and
Hmm.
I think we liked her in that first episode, that first
Right, and
maybe
so we
one or two
think,
episodes. So it was like,
yeah,
where did the switch? Where did that come from?
right.
Was it at this point where you feel like, what is your storyline going to be like, so you need something
Hmm.
for it to be for them to tune into you, like you need,
Yeah,
and granted they're still making a reality TV show for us
right,
to talk about,
right.
and that's what, and let's just be honest, it's worked. We talked about her, it is what it is, but
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
but yeah, as far as like not stating that you just did not like Queen Kong, I agree with all that feedback that the fandom
Yeah,
has stated. But do I agree with all
yeah,
the extra stuff beyond the just saying that you just didn't care for her attitude this season? I don't agree with all
yeah,
the extra stuff. But
yeah.
saying that
No,
you don't like her,
that's
that's fine.
never. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not warranted.
Um. So here we go. Is this yours or mine? What, we don't
I
need
think
to
so.
know. We're
Yeah, I
good.
think it's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. So in the grand scheme of things, did anyone benefit from the season? Yes, some of the international queens got money, but outside of that, did this season help anyone's drag career?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think all of these international queens, I think all of them got attention because maybe people weren't familiar with their like with their franchises, so it definitely gave them a global platform. It brought attention to those drag race franchises because it's going to make people interested, right? They're going to want to go and they're going to want to check it out. So it Amuse won $60,000, so it absolutely benefited her.
Exactly. Oh, really benefited her. And then
It
not to
really benefited her.
and then not
So
to mention, like, I think that it really helps the queens out in general, just to be on a national platform like this, because it just
right.
helps them with their, cuz honestly, just think about it. Athena Leakey's, no one would have thought that she could have done what she had done until the end of the
Mhm.
season, and now I'm sure the girls are going to want to book her more because of the
Right.
performance style that she
Hmm.
has. Another example
Right.
is you see Galavaro getting booked for a lot of things now, and
Hmm.
even booking for shows, because they know they're going to Galavaro is going to show up and show out and give a
Right.
sickening sexual seduction of a performance, and turn it out every single freaking time. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I think that, I think that it definitely helps all the queens. They just
Yeah,
gotta,
I think it
cause
was, yeah, other than Kitty and Queen might get some negative. There may be a little bit of negative for them, but I think everybody benefited in some way, for
yeah,
sure.
100%.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I just, one thing you have to understand, even especially about like marketing or like being on
Mhm.
television, like, that is not the goal to be on television. The goal is, what are you going to do after you're on that show?
After.
Like, you know
That's
what I'm saying?
exactly
Like,
right.
you have to think about what's going to be next. What are your plans?
Hmm.
What do you want to do? How are you going to get
Yeah.
there? What is the team that you're going to come up with? All the things, like, is there something that you're going to promote? Is there a product you're going to have?
Hmm.
Is there merchandise you're going to sell? Is there a fashion line? Is there a food line? Is there a wig line?
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things that, comedy special, like, there's so many things that the girls have to think about when they're on
Right.
that show, versus
Yeah. How are they going
being,
to use it as a
yeah,
springboard to something else?
exactly,
Hmm.
exactly.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, so last question of the night is, okay, let's face it, we're all experiencing some type of drag race overload. That is a reality. What tips and advices can you give to ease the minds of fans, complaining about the overload feeling they're experiencing? Is this yours? Where do you want to take it?
It's
Oh, it's
yours.
mine.
Mm.
I would say, first and foremost, your mental health is the most important thing. If you
Hmm.
feel like it is overwhelming for you, I highly suggest you step back and you come back to it when the time when you feel like
Right.
it's the time is right for you, because it's always going to be there. There's always going to be a next
Hmm.
franchise. There's always going to be clips there. There's always going to
Yeah.
be a rewind button. There's always going to be episodes you can binge
Hmm.
watch. Like, do not feel like you need to be in the know at all times. If you feel like you
Right.
want to take a peek in and get the little highlight clips of stuff, another reason why is sometimes why people tune into my channel and YC's channel and
Hmm.
other reactors
Hmm.
channel to Drag Race is because we give you the shortened version of what the episodes are.
Right.
Like, we give you the
Hmm.
little snippets of the things that we need to actually talk about, all the main talking points of the episodes. And if you feel like you do not want to watch the regular full hour and 20-minute episodes, you can watch
Hmm.
our 20 to 30-minute episodes. Like, it is what it is.
Absolutely.
And that's why we love you guys coming on to our channels and really just, sharing your advice and your opinions. Because, yes, you probably not want to go and leave comments on the Queen's pages, but you come to our channel and actually share your
Hmm.
thoughts and opinions and really just kind of get it out of your system, which I highly encourage for everyone to do. But yeah, I mean, I just think that if you're feeling like you're being overloaded, take a break, step away,
Yeah.
and that is a-okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Your mental health is comes first for sure. So yeah, I guess that concludes our Reactors Unite of Global All Stars Season 1. All of her social medias are going to be located down in the description box below, so make sure you guys check that out. And make sure you guys please give this video a thumbs up as well. Hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and share this video on all your social media platforms. And YC, is there anything else you want to tell the people out there before we sign out?
Just yeah, just thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing and commenting. Love to be engaged. Love to hear what your thoughts are. And Valerie, thank you so much for having me. It's
Of course.
always a blast. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Also, you guys, make sure you guys go subscribe to YC Rhinos. You guys definitely do not want to miss her content. It's so fun. It's so funny. And she's such a blast to just react to. And yes, again, thank you guys so much for watching this. And like always, visionaries, life is your vision. It is whatever you make it, as long as you make it freaking fabulous. Into the next one. Bye.
Bye.